Well, Rob G, we were talking a little bit earlier with Antonio Daniels about Jokic and obviously being out there saying it could be 4 weeks or so. They're going to, that's
it's a minimum of 4 weeks.
Minimum 4 weeks.
He's not even going to be reevaluated till after 4 weeks.
Yep. So obviously we'll see where that has him out. That's going to have him out a lot of games, and it brings in the rule the whole 65 games.
Thank God he wasn't, like.
Oh, it looked bad.
It looked really bad. His reaction looked really bad.
Yeah, it looked like he would have been out, and then
could have been
a year.
Yeah.
So he's going to be reevaluated in about 4 weeks. Hyperextended knee, they're calling it. If he misses exactly a month of the upcoming schedule, it's probably be more than that. Exactly a month, though, is 16 games, which means he'll be able to miss one more game the rest of the season in order to be eligible for the MVP, All-NBA, so on and so forth. This is going to be the first time that this new rule has really shaken up any kind of.
Didn't happen to Giannis once.
I mean, at this, Jokic was the front runner for the MVP.
Yeah, well,
this is a unique situation because not only was he the favorite, he's putting up historic numbers. He's averaging 29.5, 12.2 rebounds, 11 assists per game. The only other player in NBA history to average at least 12 rebounds, 11 assists over a full season was Oscar Robertson.
Yeah,
not only that, is
the big O.
Leading the league in rebounds and assists. He's shooting a career best 43.5% from three and has a true shooting percentage of over 71. This is one of the greatest offensive seasons we've ever seen.
Without a doubt.
And he might not even get an All-NBA.
He got jacked from
which one was that? Embiid? When Embiid won it?
Embiid won it. You remember that? Because everybody was banging the drum that they didn't want to give him 3 in a row because he hadn't won the finals.
Well, he ain't going to get one this year either.
And then he won the finals that year.
Well, and that's what to your point, Rob G, he probably is not going to get it. It looks like he's going to miss the minimum games needed at 65, which, to be honest with you, as much as it sucks for him, and it sucks just, because he's playing incredible and he's deserving of an MVP. As how he's been playing.
I think this is a non-story. If he doesn't get the games,
I'm with you.
Then he doesn't get the games, and there's you can't. As great as he is, and all that's going on, those are just it. I just gave you the baseball plate appearances. If you don't get enough, you don't qualify. You can't go out there and have 100 at bats, and you're batting 750 and 100 at bats, and you win the batting title. No, you got to play a certain amount. So you know what the number is. It's unfortunate that this season will get wiped out as far as him being able to, but he also has a chance to come back and get his team, and maybe they beat OKC and get a championship.
And get a finals MVP.
Right.
And by the way, you got to go back a little bit, too, to the origin. The origin of this wasn't to be mean and keep guys out. It was because guys weren't playing. Fans were disgruntled. Guys like you and I come up here talking about it. Why aren't guys playing? Why should, what's going on? Load management this, load management that. So the NBA was trying to do something to say, man, we want to incentivize guys to play. You can't win unless you have these minimum amounts of games, that you played in. So to me, I don't want to change the rule now because one of the league's favorites, is out. It sucks, but the rule was a rule for a reason. And, and it happens. Guys are going to get injured. Next year it could be anybody else. It is an unfortunate situation, but I wouldn't want to change the rule simply because of that, right? You're trying to say, hey, man, you got to play. You got to be there. You can't have a guy have an amazing 50 games and just, win something.
It just doesn't. The numbers are there. You have to have them.
I don't have a problem with it.
And if you don't have them,
that.
I just can't. I'm not changing them just for one guy. As great as he is and the great as the season it has been so far, it's just not going to happen.
And that's okay. And he's, who doesn't care? I'm sure it stings a little bit. Jokic, he's trying to win a championship. Hurry up, get that done so he can go play with his horses. So he can go ahead and race the horses. He don't give a dang. Seriously, yes, who doesn't want to be MVP? But if I get to the finals, win a finals MVP, and get back to my family and horses.
Like he hasn't won. I mean, it's his career.
He does. The war chest is kind of crazy.
His career is cemented already.
Yeah.
And there could be a couple more down the road. And maybe he wins another championship. I mean, the one he won in Denver, that postseason was a postseason to remember, historic. And he got a couple of MVPs. He could win a couple more if he's able to stay healthy. It's just disappointing that so many great players are now, on the sidelines. I think that's the only thing as a sports
you guys
fan.
are crazy.
Why?
You guys are crazy.
So what, you want to play 41
at this
games?
Pace, Nikola Jokic, Giannis, Wemby, Luka. None of them will be eligible for these postseason awards. That's 4 of the top 5 or 6 players in the league.
But you got to have some sort of circumstance.
You mean to tell me that Rob Parker, I'm a reporter. you can't trust your media brethren to be objective enough to say, I know that Jokic only played 55 games, but damn it, if there was 4 guys better than him, I don't see it.
No,
I'm gonna tell you why.
They can't view with their own eyes
because
that these players are better. You mean to tell me
it's not a lifetime achievement
that
award?
Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to make an? He's not him because he's missed too many games.
No,
but a guy like him is going to make an All NBA team, and Giannis is not because Giannis will have played 62 games.
No, but
that is stupid.
But there has to be some sort of way of valid, because otherwise somebody could play a great 30 games and you go,
then that's up to the reporter's discretion. I'm trusting you to make this vote. If you can't be objective and say
there's got to be
guy
minimums.
Who played 35 games was more impactful than this guy who played 70.
Here's why it matters too, Rob G, because availability is a part of it. It's the best part of it.
Why can't they bake that into the voting?
Because you
don't trust the voters. Because you think these reporters are too stupid to figure
it's not about the voters. This is about the players.
Yes, this is the voters who vote on these awards.
No, we don't
know about if you missed 25 games that you were going to play this well the rest of the year, Rob G. It ain't automatic that I'm just going to say, oh, yeah, well, if it wasn't for that, what if you had a bad stretch? What if somebody had a hot stretch and they didn't get to play? You
use discretion.
No, you can't.
There's a lot of gray. This is not a black and white situation.
Yes, it is.
And I think that it's making the guys who do these voting, the
you gotta
ESPN, Fox, Chris
Broussard
votes. You think Chris Broussard is too stupid to figure out that a guy who plays 50 games is more or less impactful than a guy who played 75?
That's a large amount of games missing, Rob G. 32 games is crazy.
Let Chris make that decision.
No.
No, but you keep putting it on the voters. This is about the players saying, hey, players, if you sit out a bunch of games, you're not going to win.
So just what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay. So another player is not hurt and just decides I'm going to miss the last 10 games to keep my scoring average up.
Sure.
And all this, have the highest field goal percentage and all that. He should be allowed to do that and win because his numbers are better than everybody.
But that's a different. The award system is different than the scoring title. That's a different conversation.
But I'm saying that's part of the whole idea. You just
part of the MVP would be that your numbers were so great.
Right. So
the numbers have to be factored
that be up
in.
to the discretion of the voters?
No, because it's my league. And I have to have some semblance of minimums and requirements.
You gotta have minimums.
I can't wait to see Draymond Green be third team All NBA for a 40-win team.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you excited about that, Rob?
I'm not.
And some of the guys you mentioned,
excited for James Harden to be 20-62 and him being second team All NBA?
Some of the guys you mentioned may push through that threshold. I know that's trending early, but it's early. So Luka might actually make it. Giannis might. I don't know exactly, but I'm saying
he's already right there because of the hyperextension.
Well, but I'm saying some of those guys are going to make it. I'll give you some aren't.
No, I
some
get
of those
it.
guys will just by the hair on their chinny chin chin, and then they'll be eligible. Simple as that.
Y'all crazy.
All right, Rob. So they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts. And while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.